Happy Pride Month, my angels! It's me, Lord Nicolina, and I do have a special message I would like to share with you all. This is going to be more of a standalone video compared to the other ones I've made, as I feel this one may go a little farther. I'm going to tell you all the story of how I came to appreciate the LGBTQ community while also balancing it with my love for God. These are topics I've covered quite a bit on this channel, but I thought, since it's the beginning of Pride Month, I would combine these topics into one big video for you all. So make yourself comfortable, grab your favorite snacks and drinks, and let's get right into it. For context, I am one who likes to balance things between reality and fiction. In this case, though, I think it's especially needed, because relations between the religious and the LGBTQ community have been shaky at best. I understand that many religions do find homosexuality sinful, and that in ages past, there was a lot less acceptance of it than what we have here today. In my case, I was unaware of the LGBTQ community and Pride Month until my senior year of high school. I also around this time was not very keen on believing in God, let alone even thought about him at all. It wasn't until the following year during the COVID-19 pandemic that my understanding of that community really began to take shape. And how, you may ask? Through the creation of Nicolina. I thought of him at the time as a male-female mix, basically me as a woman. But not necessarily one, as I gave him an alternating male-female voice. So technically you could say that Nicolina did start off as transgender, but I had little knowledge back then to realize that. As I started getting more comfortable, however, that's when I made the next breakthrough with Nicolina's identity, with me giving him a more developed male genitalia than a female one. I found out she was intersex. So right then and there, I had what I had, for the time. Now with him being a monarch, this did put me in somewhat of a crossroads of what title to give him. The easy choice was princess, since I was familiar with the Mario princesses, and this was way before I made the storybook version of him. But I wanted something a little more gender neutral, something that would fit his male-female mix vibe. That's where I decided to give him the title of Lord, because of my past familiarity with the term in religion and Jesus, making him officially Lord Nicolina. As a result, though, this resulted in me becoming reconnected to God. I say reconnected because I was a frequent churchgoer when I was a kid and was baptized by my late great-uncle, God rest his soul. At family gatherings on my father's side, he and my great-aunt would say grace at dinner time, and we would hold hands. By the way, I did get serious nostalgia when writing this. Anyways, I took this up in my stride, and gave myself this chance to get back up to speed with God and his purpose, as my mother was also getting back into this, as I later found out. Neither one of us haven't been back to church, but we will more than likely do so in the near future. This also inspired the lore behind Nicolina. I made it in which she rules a portion of heaven known as the Blue and White Kingdom, but was born into the human world as a regular human. She first encountered God's faith with an envisionment of himself as one of his angels from Jesus Christ himself, which she is skeptical of at first, but eventually takes it in his stride. She gains angelic powers and somewhat of a degree of immortality. I say somewhat because while Nicolina is an angel, the human part of him is very much maintained. For more context, if she were to lose his life on Earth, his body would pass on into the Earth and would never be physically able to return, only returning in spirit form. But he'll still be free to rule the Blue and White Kingdom. Getting back to the LGBTQ part of this, the next knowledgeable breakthrough I had was in April 2021, with which genders Nicolina and his sisters were attracted to. And I can't say this enough. The person who helped me with this is basically responsible for pushing my knowledge of the LGBTQ community through the roof. The person I'm referring to is Kestrel. I've talked about them quite a bit on this channel for those who already know about them. But for those who don't know, I'll explain. I first came across Kestrel in November 2020, while the two of us were roleplaying as our respective OCs, Nicolina and Kestrelina. They are non-binary, which is why I'm referring to them by their pronouns. They're not a believer in God themselves, but they are more than respectable of my faith, and I even help them understand, as I learned later on, that not all religious people are monsters. It was through an OC romance between my Daisy OC, Nicol Daisy, and Kestrel's Peach OC, Kestra Peach, that I began to understand the kind of romantic partner that not only I desired, but also my OCs desired. Women. That makes me a straight man IRL. But in terms of my OCs, that made them lesbians. However, as of right now, I don't have any intentions of getting a girlfriend. So having OC romances is perfect enough for me. Definitely could serve as practice for when/if I get to the romantic part of my life. The romance between Nicol Daisy and Kestra Peach led to 3 other OC romances I have spawned with both Kestrel and their boyfriend Ira. Nicolina with Kestrelina in November of 2021, Nicol Peach with Ira's Daisy OC Ira Daisy in October of 2022, and Soa Keen with Kestrel's Inkling OC Xena in March of 2023. During that time, in May 2022, I also was recontemplating the male-female mix identity of my OCs and came up with the term interlesbian to describe it. A combination of intersex and lesbian. This is where Kestrel hopped in again to help. They taught me the term bigender, which meant someone identifies as both male and female. And that linked up with my OCs perfectly. Plus, another OC of Kestrel's named Shira also identifies as bigender and intersex, and has an alternating male-female voice, which is entirely coincidental. The link between them is there though. In retrospect, the term male-female mix is a bit of a mouthful. But either way, I took up Kestrel's intelligence and made my OCs bigender, to go along with the intersex and lesbian identities they had, officially making them bigender, intersex, and lesbian. And with God in the mix, a rarity that only the wisest of eyes can see. Now, I am not devoted to any specific religion. I'm more of a theist. Because like I stated earlier, Religion can be very overwhelming and twist people's perception of reality. I believe in the general principle of God that if you do good, good will come to you, and that He is accepting of people regardless of who they choose to be on Earth or in the afterlife. It does sound a little cheesy, don't get me wrong, but it's honestly the truth. I'm no god by the stretch of the imagination, but I bet if Jesus were here with us today, He'd embrace every LGBTQ person that is out there. Heck, He could even be a priest for same-sex weddings, like the ones for my OCs. The phrase, Jesus loves you, has more meaning than ever. He doesn't discriminate. Only those who use Him to exploit this community are the ones who do. That's the fine line between reality and the Holy Land. Whether you're a believer in God like me, bigender, intersex, and lesbian like my OCs, non-binary like Kestrel, we're all the same great creations that come from the earth and God's grace. So this Pride Month and beyond, don your rainbow holy crosses, say your grace, and embrace your pronouns. I'm with you. Jesus is with you. God is with you. Let no sinners talk you down. With that being said, I hope you all have an amazing Pride Month. I really hope you do. If you enjoyed this story of mine, please feel free to leave a like and share this with your loved ones. Please spread the word about it and the Lord Nicolina YouTube channel. For those who are new here and would like to join this journey of mine, then please feel free to subscribe to join the Blue and White Angel Brethren today. Click the notification bell as well when you subscribe so that you are notified whenever I release new content. Please feel free to check out my other videos as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day or night whenever you are watching this. Until we meet again, my name is Lord Nicolina. Be strong, stay positive, and God bless.